Welcome, hello, Yasu, hi, my name is Ty Kölner, and today we will stick our nose again into our topic, demon, allies, and other entities. Today, what are they eating? I mean, every entity, you, me, every entity has to take in something in order to stay alive. So what are they demanding? It is especially interesting if you are working with entities or if you're hosting entities, you're also responsible for getting them something to eat. So let's stick our nose into that today. Before I get into this, and if you don't know me yet, make sure to subscribe my channel so you stay updated. And also, of course, I will introduce a little. My name is Ty Kölner. I'm an author, I'm a black magician, I'm a follower of the draconian path. So in this regard, I'm a student of the left-hand order Dragon Rouge. While I'm a student, no representative, so check for the internet, thedragonrouge.com, if you got any questions or if you're curious about knowing more. Also, I'm a natural born empath, what brought me in contact to entities even before I did consciously invoke them. So let's say I work with entities and demon all my life, but consciously I'm working with them since 2016. So this is also quite a while now, but my directly energy contact reaches even far more deeper into my previous life. And so I got one benefit. I can tell you how it feels to work with them, and I can tell you today's what is written about them. So this is what I want to stick my nose into today. It is a natural law that every entity, every existence needs something to keep up their existence. So you and me, no matter if you're vegetarian or carnivore, you need something to eat. This is simply because we got a matter shell, and this matter shell needs a permanent intact of water, of material substances, just to stay alive. Okay, there are some who are practicing in nurturing by prana. I don't know if this works. There is a long tradition about that, but let's just put in even them have to eat something, and if it is just light. So if you are hosting an entity, you are basically the hotel, the guest room to this entity. So what is this entity eating? What does it need? And there are some films I really like. I will get into this too, of course. But Hollywood makes some nice points about that. Of course, not without massive overdoing and guiding into spreading every directions. But sometimes there are some keystones which are indeed true. Also, there is some prejudices about the evil demon who is stealing the soul of the people and so on. This is basically monotheistic religions which are based on a belief of demons who are out there to destroy humankind and to lead away from the light of God, etc., blah blah. And there it is told they steal your soul. Others, there are tellings about succubi and incubi, which are told to visit you in your dreams, which are triggering you to sexual arousement within your dreams. While this sounds very, exactly like these religions again. And this sexual arousement is an energy they track your energy from, it is said. This I want to dig into as well, because this is also said about Lilith. Then there are other entities which are told to be nurturing you. These are again light entities, energy forces, etc. While too much of a certain energy is an intoxicating as well. That are the 3 points I want to get into. Let's start on the light ones. When you are, for example, sitting in the sun, and you're sitting in the sun for hours and hours and hours, your skin will be burnt. And same is about entities who are, by what reason ever, sending out energy all the time. You cannot only take in this energy all the time, because you are an energy being yourself. So it is overwhelming, your energy structure. You can learn from it, you can transform from it, but it is not, you may not be in this radiance all the time. So there's a question, where do they take their energy from? How are they getting this energy into their existence? And this is basically when you got entities which are connected to primal sources. So you are dealing with a demon who is connected to magma primal, or the dragon, or you are connected to an entity which is in Christian side connected to the heavens. So it is nurturing from this demiurge energy. And also there are entities which are connected to the earth stream energies, so they are nurtured by the earth energy. This is one thing. So these ones at least don't succumb you, but by shining their energy onto you all the time, they will be like an intoxication, no matter which type of being this is. As long as it is sending out energy, you will be in a permanent impact of this. So you have to make sure to not to stand in their light all too long. Take your time, learn from it, but then you have to cut the cords to step back, because you have to reflect, you have to transform the energy you got. Either it is the energy of this entity which is earth connected, or it is an energy which is skies connected, or maybe it is an energy which is to the magma primal connected. It is an impact onto your energy body, and you have to make sure that you can transform this toxification to your own benefit. So they will not suck your energy, but too much of them could be destroying. The other ones are the ones which are told to suck your soul. I don't know if I really believe into that, but I got a little story I want to tell to you. There is one demon. His name is Xul-luX. And there is a ritual when I do regularly work with him, and I really like to work with him, but I figured out some special thing on him. Every time when it comes to the point that he's invited to the circle, to the workings, I join. Even speaking his name, I have to press down this joining. And here it comes. See? No chance. There is an interesting story. I don't know if it was German folk tellings, but if you're joining, it is said to keep your hand in front of, because if you're joining all too wide, your soul could fly out. And so in this ritual, I figured out that every time I do openings, and I involve him onto that, by the way, and every time when his name is coming, this joining, here it is again. I think I infected you already. Sorry, but this joining always happens if I speak his name. So there is a telling that he is a soul eater, and probably this is not that wrong, but I would not see it as a negative impact, because you sometimes are working with soul fragments which you're reconstructing, transforming, and so it is like a shell, like a snake skin you have to cast from yourself by time. And if you see these fragments as the soul fragment or parts of yourself which you grew out already, you have to get rid of this. And this is one way where this kind of demons are a very beneficial ally at your side in these moments. So, yeah, best regards to Guap. Also, I wanted to jump a little bit into television, into stupid films on TV. There is one I really like. That's Venom. Venom is quite of a cute film. It's basically an extraterrestrial individual which crashes onto the earth, and his spirit is occupying a human. And there, this what is he eating is the same thing about human. If you got an entity which you're hosting within yourself, so no guardian who is outside of you, but somebody who is hosting the same shell you are living in, then there is a question, what does he need to stay alive? And there is, in this film, Venom, I really love it, he occupies human, and he always starts to eat the liver by time and so on, because he needs a certain hormone which the human is producing. So basically one part of the matter shell he needs. Same as about the entities. There are entities who need a certain nutrition. You will find it out if you're practicing with them, that you get a certain hype on things, or you discussed something. This is how I was working the first time before I did even start invocating in my past, when I had a guest who was not welcome. So there you get into this energy contact, and you have to feel. You have to feel what is it this guest likes to get. So please don't just eat a bunch of chocolate. Feel it. See what it is. It can be rucola. It can be apples. It can be chocolate. It can be coffee. It can be whatever the heck. It can be a certain thing you like to eat or you need to do, because this is what the entity needs for its existence. And if you try to refuse it, it may harm yourself. So this is when the wheel turns around, when I found out there are guests which are sitting all too long with me and I didn't want to have them anymore. I did try to find out what they hate the most. And on the film Venom, it's fine again. It's a certain frequency he hates. So funny enough, this film is just a joke in a row. But the symbiosis about there is a need, and you have to understand the entity you're working with, and you should support this entity to stay alive in order to not to harm you. And also the way of, if it is bothering you, how do you get it out? So what is toxic to them? What can't they stand? For example, in this Venom film, it's this certain frequency he doesn't like, or they doesn't like. So this is a quite funny thing about, you have to focus your nutrition. Good, there is much books around. I found out later there are many grimoires around, and they tell you how to invoke entities and how to banish them and how to meditate and how to work with them. But basically they tell you which candles to use, which incenses to use. They do not tell you that some of these entities despite fresh blood. Some of these entities love fresh blood. Other entities, one of them I worked with in my past, he did trigger a hype for rucola. And I hate rucola. I really, from my heart, I hate rucola. It's a taste of a salad, I don't like it. I don't know if he wanted to test me, if I'm serious to work with him, or if it was his taste. And it is not about rucola as a plant. It can be just a certain frequency of a mineral, of a substance which is in this plant or nutrition, which this entity prefers. So not think in this meta pattern. Think more energetically. There is something within, and this is what the entity needs from you. When I did overcome myself, I did plant this hatred rucola. And I went there every day and I ate this rucola day by day, one leaf. Today I really like it. And yeah, this is how I found this. On the other side, there is nothing told about this. So if you find out you're working with any entities and you find some strange behaviors on yourself, so drinking in a row to red tea, or eating ginger like a maniac, write it down in your diaries, because these are important informations which are not written in any books. So note it down. And then there are entities which are called succubi and incubi, and this is something where is written in every book. In nearly every grimoire you find talkings about succubi and incubi, and also in Christian talkings you find this. In a negative way, they are saying, they suck your energies, they steal your children, they suck your blood to death. And yes, there is again some nice Hollywood films as well where people are sucked off energy, and there are many, many, many films. I cannot even put them in a row. However, this is not half the truth. If you are in contact with a succubi, as for example in a qliphothic work, of course you should not be a stupid child, just like, oh, I don't see what is happening, but it feels great. That's a stupid way to go. You have to be conscious that if something is tracking energy from you, turn the wheel. Track energy from this other one. Because this is an energy exchange. And this is something you can do with succubi when they start to track energy, like this vampiristic sucking energy. Then you turn the wheel and you suck energy. In this moment you balance your loss, what is basically no loss because all the energy has the same root, but it does not impact your physical body. Like for example a nutrition on another entity which needs something from you. These succubi are not doing this for nurturing, not in a way. You can literally learn from them. They suck your energy and they can read you. They know exactly what you are doing, what you want, what you are triggered to, and this is why this is so damn erotic. Because they really know what is triggering you. And the more you are triggered, the more your energy opens and the more energy they can get. And so this is the moment when you get there and when you track energy. And in this moment you learn from these entities. So it is a circle of energy curling between you and the succubi. And yeah, so this is basically what is a big mistake. People think succubi will leave you as a skeleton in a corner. Well, energetically this may happen if you're not prepared to, but it does not last for long as well. At least I had this experience with Lilith once. I was working with a brother, not from the order, but a brother who is working with Lilith mainly, and I had a ritual together with him. Not eye to eye, just in a distance, but it was an explicit Lilith ritual, Lilith and Samael ritual, and to those who are used about, yes, it was damn fiery. And in the next day I was like, whoa, I have no interest to even rise up to cook myself coffee. I was just lazy like heck. And this did last for 2 days. And so I thought, okay, if I do this ritual again with this boy, let's see if it works again. So I did do another ritual with him, and again the next day after, the next 2 days after, I was like no power at all. So this is when you see that a sukubi was more tracking your energy than you were tracking your energy. So this was when I did learn to track back energy. So we had another ritual, and I was prepared to. I did expect this to happen, and so I just turned the wheel. Within the ritual, within the celebration, I don't want to dig into, when the energies were at their high peaks, I did turn the wheel. So I did track energy, knowingly that there was a tracking of my energy, and look and see, surprise, I was in full power the day after. Also, about other entities, and this is an aspect which came through this ritual as well. In this case, it was Lilith, and I was not expected that he really was able to put a working ritual into frame. But it also can happen if you are working with allies or human entities around the globe. So sometimes if you just listen to the same music and you're interconnecting to another human, you can rise the same energy as a sukubi does, and so you get the same frequency along this music, and you can send energy or you can track energy. And this I did experiment for a few years as well, and they still are very close and friended ones, so nobody got harmed. But of course you sense the other one. And sometimes there were days when I was just like, you know, on hyper power, nearly to shaking hyper power, and I had to go for the forest running, had to do some extra gym sports because I was totally overloaded. And when I did write to this person, there was a feedback like, today I'm a little tired. It was, I don't know, was a long night maybe. Then I knew, okay, I did track, but the other did not track. So in another way, I had this turning wheel of both tracking, and this is when your energy bodies are exchanging energy, and this new fragments within your energy will trigger, how to say, a transmutation. Your energy will be further created. I don't know how to describe it in a better way. It would be a new video about that. But here back to the question, what does your entity eat? It basically eats energy. It doesn't matter if it eats energy from primal chaos, or if it is eating energy from the skies, or if it is eating a kind of frequency or energy out of this material world, or if it is eating a part of your energy, what in turn means take some energy there. This is basically the universal answer. It is energy they need to live, and it is energy what we need to live. So make sure to always have a good hosting to nourish your allies, your demon entities, whoever you are working with, that they got what they need for their existence, and make sure that you got what you need for your existence. Because this is what is happening. It is an energy exchange. And if you give a home, a host to any entity to work with, make sure to, let's say, the cake and the coffee are in place. Otherwise, it would burglar your fridge, and then you would be very sorry. So this for metaphors today. I wish you a wonderful one, and not fear these bad spellings. there is no one eating your soul, but be conscious about we all need energy to live. And so make sure to be a good host to those who are visiting you. See you then.